Good evening and welcome to Sunday Politics on Trust TV. I'm Ilyas Ugadu. Tonight, 2027 politics takes center stage as the ruling All Progressives Congress rides a wave of high-profile defections from opposition governors. But inside the party, talk of a possible replacement of Vice President Kashim Shettima is stirring tension and quiet power struggles. These concerns come at a time when many Nigerians are judging the APC government on security and the economy. Those issues may decide the mood of voters as the road to 2027 takes shape. We'll speak with APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yilwada, for clarity on the party's direction and the questions hanging over its ticket. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Chairman, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure being in this studio, and for the first time I'm here. It's a great pleasure to interact with you.
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Trust TV.
Thank you, sir.
Well, let me just say this. At a glance,
yes,
your party seems to ride in, as we say, a high wave.
We're riding on a highway.
Good. It's riding on a highway,
yes.
High wave.
Yes.
And a lot of governors have been defecting to your party. Probably they see a lot of good things there that is good for them and their supporters.
Yes.
And I think, in short, you're not only in government, you are also in power.
Yes.
Does that mean that 2027 is a walk in the park for you, your party?
Thank you so very much for that question. For us in APC, we don't take anything for granted. We are meticulous, we are detailed, and we take note of every detail of what's happening in the political scene, because the devil is in the details. But let me just add this. We keep on discussing about the governors, and we forget that beyond the governors, we have many Nigerians who are defecting every day, supporting the APC. The waves of changes across the country goes beyond the governors. We have National Assembly members who are defecting every day. We have, I watch television. I see even some youths who were supporting what our opponents for, who are defecting every day. They are putting this on YouTube. Their pictures on YouTube. We're not celebrating them. We have ordinary farmers in the communities who are every day defecting to APC. We're not celebrating them. And you could see from the reflection of the elections, the by-election have been taking place, and how APC has been capturing areas that hitherto were no good, we're not winning them. In the last election, we didn't win Ganye local government.
That's in Adamawa State.
In Adamawa State, we won it.
That's real opposition area.
Yes, in the last election, we didn't win Kano, the two local government that had the Shanono and the other local government. In this election, we lost one, we won one in Kano, those strongholds of NNPP. And by the way, the governor has added, the governor of Kano has defected to APC, so he's adding strength to what we have already in Kano. And what you should ask is that, is anybody moving out of APC? You hardly hear anybody defecting out of APC. People are seeing value. They're seeing addition, the difference we're making in the country. I give an example. Before now, every day you hear of a state, the workers in the state go on strike because salaries were not paid. Almost every day you hear governors being barricaded by pensioners because their pension hasn't been paid. Some for over 3 years, some for over 10 years, some for over 30 years. They've not seen neither their pension or gratuity. Today, you don't hear of those stories again. And why? Before now, in the last, before 2023 June, May, when Tinubu took over, last FAC shared, they shared roughly about 500 billion, slightly less than 500 billion. Today, governments are sharing between 1.9, 2.1, 2.2 trillion naira every month.
So what really is making the people to move to your party? Good. The governors and the others?
So these are the issues. If you're a governor who was borrowing to pay salaries, today you don't need to borrow to pay salaries. You can pay your salary comfortably and you have excess money to undertake projects without going to the banks. And you know the interest rate that accrues to the banks when you go to borrow. Maximum salary, there was salary increase. It was roughly about 100% salary increase. But they are having increase in their revenue of more than 5 times what they used to earn before. So they can pay their salaries, they can undertake projects, they can run, they can pay pension, they can pay arrears, they can settle all those things without actually reverting to the banks for loans. If you're that governor, won't you be happy? Won't you support the government to push further reforms that can also add more money to your coffer so they can do more for your people? But the tax reform now is going to add more money to them. The increase in salary, the increase in revenue is putting more in their hand. Inflation rate has dropped. We hit almost 34% inflation rate. Now we're doing 14%. We've dropped to that level. And the economy is expanding every day. In short, the World Bank predicted, IMF predicted that Nigeria will be among the top 10 countries that will contribute to the growth of global GDP, not Africa, global GDP. And Nigeria alone is going to contribute about 1.5% of the global growth. And Nigeria is the only country in Africa that will contribute that number. Yeah, but don't you think these are numbers? These are reasons why everybody is feeling that this government is improving Nigerian state every day.
Yeah, but I've had people here who have been on that seat that you are sitting,
Yes.
from the opposition,
Yes.
folks from the opposition who have
Yes.
said, well, we've had that before. In 2015, PDP said the same thing. They even said they are going to rule Nigeria for 60 years, and that governors also had, and other people had defected, to the APC, and when to the PDP, and at the time APC
Let
was.
me correct this. In 2015, there was defection rather from PDP to APC.
Yeah, but some they said
the party.
They said
it wasn't. They're reversing the numbers, and that's the problem I have with the opposition. They don't have the numbers right. But let me just maybe correct them. In 2023, in 2003, PDP had the highest number of governors, 29, ever in the history of Nigeria. 29 governors were with PDP. But in 2003, PDP was able to maintain power in 2007. PDP was able to maintain power in 2011. They lost it in 2015. So the number of governors doesn't really affect the party in a way. Because if you look at it, even with the number of governors that we have, we're more stable. The stability of the party depends on how you deepened internal democracy, how you allowed for inclusivity, how you do man management of ego of individuals in the party, how you provide for everybody to participate in decision making in the party. And that's all that matters in party politics. And are we doing it right? The answer is yes. Are we doing engagements? The answer is yes. Are we reaching out to people? The answer is yes. Is the president talking to people? The answer is yes.
Yeah, but don't you think?
Yes, let me hear you.
Don't you think? Because people have said it.
Yes.
Commentators, everybody, a lot of people have said it that
Yes.
this one-way traffic, so to speak, to the APC.
It's not one-way traffic.
It's one way to a lot of people have
Now,
one-way traffic.
this is what I keep on. When you hear the governors are defected to APC, governors are not the total number of people that we have in the state. The number of governors are 36. The House of Rep plus House of Rep 360, senators 109. Put them together, the two of them together, is just 469. You put the ministers put together, they're just about roughly a neighborhood of about 500 and something. You put all the commissioners, the senators, the commissioners, the advisors, everybody, they're not up to 5,000. But take one political party. You have 8,809 federal wards. In each of them, we're supposed to have EXCO in those wards. Assuming you have even 20, most parties have more than 20 EXCO in each ward. APC has 27, PDP has about 25 or thereabout, and different political parties have over 20 EXCO at ward level. Multiply 20 by 8,000. What do you have? We're talking about neighborhood almost 20,000, over 20,000 EXCO that you have. I mean, over 200, over 2 million EXCO that you have in one political party at ward level. You have over 2 million EXCO, and you tell me that those 2 million people of that political party, they're not up to the people defecting as governors, National Assembly, assuming all of them, all the National Assembly, all the governors, all commissioners, all appointees of government, they're not up 20 million. That's just the number of EXCO that you have at ward level only. So one political party is much more than all these people defecting in the leadership position put together. But so, so when so we shouldn't undermine and begin to grade Nigerians into positions. The votes are all equal. The vote of a governor can cast only one vote, and ordinary citizen can cast only one vote. So as APC, we don't take that for granted. We're mobilizing an ordinary person, we're mobilizing market women, we're gauging the temperature, political temperature of the country, of the zones, to ensure that we build an inclusive system that carries everybody along. And that's what we listen to people. If you look at our policies, we respond to the yearning and hearing of people. When people say the cost of food is high, we work on it, and we crash the price. It went down, affordable to people. When people said that the airlines were not doing well, the cost is high, we work on it, we improve it, we expanded it. For every cry people talk about, we ensure that we respond to it.
But why is the party, the APC, the ruling party,
yes,
why is it obsessed with, attracting governors? Why is it not going out to the people? Because let me check, this is very critical.
Okay,
people
please.
are saying that,
Yes.
look, okay, APC, they're interested in governors, they can have their governors, but we, the people, are going to decide the fate of APC.
You see,
what are you doing about that?
This is what you keep on talking about. Let me just give you a narrative. How many students do we have in this country who are young men?
They must mean there are millions.
Good. Now, we'll open door for them that they can have access to student loan. We offset the entire school fees of students in high institutions. And these are ordinary students in the community and in villages. Every month, they are paid 20,000 naira per month as upkeep. Most of them even save and even support their parents back home. Some even pay the children of their own, their brothers in secondary school in the villages. They could even pay their school fees. You may know how powerful that tool is. And we have reached hundreds and thousands of homes across this country every day. These students are reaching out. And we've had our interview, we've had interaction back home, we've had interaction with farmers, and these are children of ordinary farmers, ordinary citizens, ordinary people know the street, market women, and this police is affecting them every day.
But there's a paradox here.
Now, while you people are shouting that we're talking to the
governors,
yes, these ordinary citizens on ground are responding to our cry every day. They're praying for this government every day. That's one. Two, we reached out to over 7 million households in conditional cash transfer that I managed as a minister of humanitarian affairs. Before now, it was cash being carried and shared to people. When we came in, what did we do? We said, no, we want to get to know these people by name and by picture. We geotag all the homes of people who are supporting them. We get their NIN so that we can attach them to this. We get their account numbers. We could simulate and know how much income comes to you every month. We could get, because your phone numbers, we could also get how much calls you make on average every month. We use that to simulate and get whether you are actually poor or you are being assumed to be poor. And we reach out to over 7 million households. And you know that the beginning of 7 million, each household is about 5% per household.
But what about the people in the ungoverned spaces? Because right now in Nigeria...
But these are people are talking about now. These people I'm talking about.
Are they being taken care of?
Yes.
Are they being catered for?
These are the people I'm talking about. People in the, mostly within, they're mostly the rural poor that we reach out to. Now, these 7 million households are mostly within the rural poor, not even the urban poor we're talking about here. Now, out of the 7 million, 75% of them are rural poor, 25% are urban poor that we picked, because we supported the urban poor more than the rural poor more than the urban poor, because the ratio of urban to rural poverty is about 70%, but we did 75% for them, as an increase. So these are the figures.
So are you not concerned, for instance, that there is a fear being expressed in the country that your party, that's the ruling party, APC, is trying to institute a one-party, governance in Nigeria, oblivious to the because the space is being narrowed to just APC.
When you talk about one-party system, then you must back it. You are schooled, and you should know that one-party system comes from a legal framework.
What your predecessor, Ganduje, said that it's not a big deal if Nigeria became a one-party system.
No, if everybody in Nigeria rather supports APC, we'll be happy.
You'll be happy to have a one-party in Nigeria?
No, not a one-party system, but if everybody in Nigeria supports APC, because we want to have people who are also challenging us. And that's the reason why nobody in APC, nobody, whether from the governors, legislators, the president, the party, or anybody has moved that we should amend the constitution of Nigeria to accommodate one party, or amend the Electoral Act to accommodate one party, as long as you've not amended any of these components, the legal framework. And we have 80 political parties. And you mean you're undermining 80 political parties because people are moving to one party?
They're out of sight.
No, they're not out of sight. They have the EXCO. They even put up, in short, we have the last by-election that we had in last year, August. We have a lot of political parties who put up candidates. And even the one we are going to have now in FCT here, we have many candidates that are putting up for this one. PDP has a candidate, Labour Party has a candidate, ADC has a candidate, different political parties have candidates.
But they're all riddled with legal issues and lacuna.
But they have candidates. They have candidates for the election. Now, mark you, is it my duty? Is it my duty? If you are playing football, you are playing football, and in the course of a team doing their personal practice, they injured themselves. Then you say you're going to now substitute your players and bring up a weaker team because these people have injured themselves in the course of training and practicing. You don't. You should have been celebrating if I see more injuries.
No, but you should be.
I'll be happy.
It's not the tradition of Nigerian politics to have just one party.
No, we're not talking about one party. No, we've never supported one party, like I said. Our legal framework, we've kept it. Our institutions, we've kept them. INEC has never come out to say we have one party. We have 18 political parties. And if you recall of recent, they advertised more political parties that they want to register. So the INEC may receive even more political parties, as from the discussion they had last time when IPAC met. We as political parties, we met with them. So if they're thinking of registering more political parties, why should we be talking about one party system in a country where you may end up having more than 20 political parties?
When you have a very big APC and then the other parties are small, so very, very small and inconsequential.
It's our duty. It's our duty to help our enemies to grow. I can't feed my enemy. It's not my duty. So they should labor. They should go to the streets. That's why I keep on saying, they spend most of the time on TV talking. Yesterday I came back from Taraba. Tomorrow I'll be in Katsina. I'm not receiving a governor. I'm going for mobilization. I'm engaging people. I'm talking to people.
But are you
4 days ago, I was in different states. And on Saturday, I'll be in a different state again. Going around meeting with people, discussing, mobilizing, behind the scene. So we spend more time behind the scene than what you see on TV. What you see on TV is the outcome, but the process is behind the scene. And we spend, so why can't they also spend more time behind the scene? So that every day we see some, they're going to receive defectors from another state who are moved from APC to their party. Why are they always sitting down, quarreling, coming on TV, saying, criticizing? That time they use for criticizing. I've not seen them go to any other state, holding meetings, discussing, engaging.
But are you not? Because there's a possibility that the people trooping to your party,
Yes,
the ruling party,
yes,
are most likely going to have a lot of disagreement. For instance, if
you said use the word most likely.
Yeah, well, it's a area of possibility. Let me give you a
typical example. We had primaries in Osun. We had 9 candidates. We engaged them. These are nine candidates, credible. All of them. One was a practicing top Mungu before he came into politics. One was a top insurance before he came to governor. One was a top CEO. One was former senator, former deputy governor, and several of them. But we were able to sit down with them, engage them, and come out with a consensus candidate.
Are you going to do the same thing? You have so many primaries to work on, from the lowest to the highest.
Every state has our own unique, and every primaries has our own unique. There's no one can fit all for every state.
But you, as the chairman, who's going to lay down the rules? As
a party, no, we don't have. You allow people to choose how they want to conduct their primary, because there are options by the Electoral Act, and we allow people to choose which method best fit their state, and they can make a choice. If it's consensus, good, and if it's the primaries, if it's direct, indirect, you can make a choice of how you want to conduct your primaries. That's not, we don't make a choice for you. Stakeholders in that state make a choice of how they want to conduct their own primaries and choice of how they want to go about it. But most importantly, is to allow the voice of the people to be heard, allow inclusivity, allow the least person in the political party to participate. And once we do that one, we'll have least frictions. I'm not saying that we're going to have 100% of the APC being kept. No. You may have some people that may get angry after the primaries, but I can tell you for free that with the momentum we're going, with the engagement we're doing, with the inclusivity we're being, with the bridge building we're doing right now, we'll have minimal, and they may have no effect.
There is a school of thought that believes that you are going to have, your party is going to have an implosion because of unmet expectations. People who have gone to your party, they have not been given the chance, and then there's a political party that is gearing up to be able to collect those people who they believe will work for them and will work to destabilize you, and that's one of the points they're going to use against your party.
That they are gearing up. Thank God you use the word gearing up. Let them keep on gearing up while we're building. Let them keep on waiting. You see, thank God you said they're waiting. They're waiting. If. Use the word if. Once you use the word if, I'm not afraid, because I know that we have that social capital to midwife all challenges. We have a president who has been in this game for many years, who has been somebody who has sacrificed, and most people in APC, they owe him. Most people even who are coming back to APC, so they are coming on IOU because of the favor, he has political favor. He has done the most of them, though they were in different political parties. Meet most of them, they will tell you that we have not met Asiwaju far before now. They met Mr. President before. His Excellency has done one favor to us, political favor to them. He has built structures across the country. Look, this man offered his structure in 2015. If you look at what's happening in the opposition, everybody who is going there is going expecting to be a president. But what somebody who had all the structure, all the funding, all the network, he would have won that primaries hands down in 2015 in APC. But he turned it down. He said, I'm offering President Buhari the ticket. I'll support him 100%. He backed him with his network, backed him in funding, backed him with network, backed him in all ramifications, both social and politically. He backed him up. Repackaged the CPC along with the other political parties, to form the APC. And then, even the opportunity to offer to the Southwest, he brought his mentee to be the vice president, and waited for 8 years, supporting all through. In 2019, when the party was cracked, he came back and he chaired the committee to reconcile the party. And after, when he was submitting his report to the President Buhari as of that time, he said, "Your Excellency, I brought back the people that we need to win the election." Was election won? That says yes. And the same thing will happen in 20...
Now, let me bring you to a very important issue brewing in your party.
What's that?
The issue of whether the Vice President, Kassim Shettima, will be retained. There have been speculations. Well, there are speculations. I know you're going to throw it back at me. But it's been, even one of your ministers has talked about it. Yes. A lot of people have talked about it. They are very strong. It's building up, and that Shettima might not be retained. As the chairman, you must, this is the time for you to make a definitive stand on it.
I've made a clear statement. Candidates belong to the political party and not individuals. Even the president, when he becomes a candidate, he's a candidate of the party. So the only person that can make a statement on whether there will be a vice president or not is the party. So every other person has made a statement. They're just rumor mills, and going around to create little friction within the party. But
does that not disturb you, your party? And
nothing at all.
Really?
No shaking, nothing at all. Because when people make statements that have no bearing, and the party itself knows that these are not coming from the party, and we've come out as a party, I asked the National Police Secretary to make a statement on it, and we've made a clear statement. We've drawn line. We said nobody in APC again, no member of the political party, from the EXCO, the Federal Executive Council members, and anybody should make any statement on that issue, because it's for close matter and nobody should make a statement on it. The only group authorized to discuss candidature is the party, and we've not made any statement on that issue. So we've already foreclosed that, and that's already in dustbin, and we're working to build our party to ensure that we win. People were going
to get back on you because as we move along the coming months, these comments will be referred back to you. But then now, the issue that people that also is sensitive is about power balancing, and that a lot of people have commented on the appointments, in the polity, and they look at it as being, favoring one particular region of the country to the detriment of the other, and that we are supposed to have, by the constitution, by the requirements of Nigerian unity and all that, there's supposed to be a lot of balancing. If you remove this, you have to put this, all this sort of thing, so that everybody will have a sense of belonging. You talked about inclusion just moments ago.
Yes.
But this thing is really rearing its head.
You see,
how can you explain this?
When people pick the data and they cue it to their interest, people pick data and they disaggregate this data to their interests, then I keep on wondering how they do their disaggregation. You have, for example, you have ministers. What are the key ministries that drive a nation? For example, the Minister of Agri. We have food challenges. Food is being driven more largely in the north. The ministers from the north. We have Minister of Health. There's health challenges in the north. One of the largest, these two I'm talking about, they have some of the largest budget in trillions. The ministers from where? It's from the north. Minister of Defense, which has to do with security. Both the Minister of State and the Cabinet Minister, they are from the north. You have the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, where I was. We have displaced communities in the north. I was from the north. my Minister of State from the North, even till now, the 2 ministers from the North. I can keep on going. You see, so when people, I've listened to them saying that the North is deflated. When you add the budget of these ministers alone, we are talking about, you have more than 1/3 or almost half of the budget of the country in those ministries.
But I'll give you one particular ministry,
yes.
The Ministry of Solid Minerals. It is manned by somebody from the South, especially given the fact that most of the rare earth minerals
there's no part
North.
of this country, there's no part of this country that doesn't have solid minerals. Go and check the map.
And then there's that issue.
Go and check the map again.
The issue of a refinery, of course, it's been said it's a private, enterprise, but it also has brought a lot of disquiet. That why should you have the gold coming from the north and the refinery being sited in the south?
Now,
West, for instance,
it's a private sector investment.
Driven investment.
It wasn't a government investment. You don't choose for a private investor where he wants to site his industry. He make a choice. You look at, there are many factors of siting an industry, which factors of maybe location where they can access and transport their goods, access to market, access to power, stable power supply, access to a secured environment. There are several factors that accounts for choosing a location, which is personal to the individual investing. I think what I'll be ask our brothers from, which I'm also from the north, is that the governors must do more legwork of creating an environment. Maybe sometimes you go as far as even creating tax holidays, creating more suitable business environment for the people, even generating the independent power supply, because state cannot generate power, so that you can attract more people and start working. This is where we need to also think of where government is investing in the transport system, the rail system that government is working about, and also the road running from Sokoto to Badagry, which will also improve transport, because these are all factors that will improve the investment around the north. And also the issue of security. We have to also jointly work together to improve security in the north, so that people can find our locations more attractive to site industries.
Okay, again, because you need to be able to really lay this down to rest, the issue of the VP, because it's a very sensitive issue, especially up north here. And
what should I lay to rest again?
Yeah, lay to rest, because you see, of course you have the chairman, the box stops on your table.
Yes.
But it has to be, stated clearly that this is where the party is going, because then a lot of things that people are expecting to hear from the party is that, yes, you said it's a party that has the last say on whose candidate is going to be, but we remember, the VP has been loyal. VP has been quite,
but why are we placing the cart before the horse? We don't even reach where the primaries are. We don't even discuss. Even issue of candidature has not even been arrived at. When we finish primaries and we start discussing who is the running mate, then people can. Nobody has even discussed the issue of who is going to be running mate in 2027. Why? It's
but
normal.
We do know that the president is coming back, isn't he?
Now, of course. Normally when you have elections coming up, you have people who are gladiators. And sometimes gladiators who want to steer the waters to see if they can. It's just like fishing. You steer waters if you can find fish around, and then you pick. But I think they shouldn't steer the waters too much to detriment of the party and the people. They should allow governance to take place. They should allow us to resonate with governance and ensure that we impact on the life of the people. The vice president is a focused person. I was with him in Taraba yesterday, and he was sent by the president to be in that edition. And he was there before then. He was in Kaduna, still sent by Mr. President. And I know of many assignments that Mr. President has given him, even as I'm talking to you, that myself and him have no be involved in. So Mr. President has given the vice president an open door. They've been talking together. They've been running the governance together. So the issue of people raising all these stories.
Yeah, but why they are raising this is because the talk is that, look, the United States government has given the government of Nigeria an ultimatum or a warning that, look, you cannot retain this.
You have a document to that effect?
I don't have I'm just speculations.
Good.
People are talking
so
in the air.
I think let's end as speculation.
Okay,
because I don't want to be discussing speculation as an official statement. I can't make statements on speculations.
Okay, well, then issue of governance.
Yes.
A lot of Nigerians are shown a lot of concern.
Yes.
That Mr. President has spent quite some time, a lot of times and they sympathize with him because sometimes some of this absence may be due to health challenges, which of course, as an elderly person, just like you and I, will face these things from time to time. But it's becoming something of concern that he has been staying for some time. For instance, between December and now, he has stayed for about 27 days out of the country.
But you know all the locations he has been. They are all on news. They are all in. He was Abu Dhabi.
Sometimes it's undisclosed locations.
No, but you've this last one you even mentioned. You track all the events and where he moved to. Finally, even to Turkey. You know it was on news, the agreements that were signed and all those things. In Abu Dhabi, you know what has happened in Abu Dhabi. What we couldn't get before now, before now, you know that before 2023, they've closed door against us going to Dubai.
You open the doors now?
We open the doors, not just open the doors, but over 2,000 opportunities were open to Nigerians. Apart from opening doors is one thing. Creating opportunities is another thing. And that we went there, we didn't just open doors, we engage. Mark, what you normally see on TV are end products. But behind the scene, as only Mr. President has sat and has done the bilateral discussions that are taking place between the two presidents, leaders of countries, leaders within the Middle East who met him there and discussed with him. And you mean that it was a one-day activity? He has an able and loyal vice president. He could leave the country behind and he can go to sleep. So he can go out there, negotiate, do bilateral agreements, discuss. And you saw the Minister of Trade in Abu Dhabi, and you could see the volume of activities that took place, and her press release, and what came to Nigeria, and what the private sector, people in the private sector who participated. And thank God, he doesn't go alone. He carried people in the private sector who are participating in all these engagements because he is doing this thing for the economy of the country. And the same thing in Turkey. Discussing about security, Minister of Defense was there, and the defense agreement that we reached and the economic opportunity that were also open. So, when Mr. President travels out, he's not just traveling out for the luxury, but he's traveling out because there's concern. Before now, our economy was frightened by people. I'm coming in with Naira, with my dollar. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. You exchange it for me at 300 Naira per dollar. I go into production. Is that okay? At 700 to 800 Naira per dollar in the black market. I want to recoup that money. At that I'm doing my marketing and everything at 800 Naira per dollar in the open market. You tell me that I can only recoup 300 out of 800. Who in his right senses come and invest in Nigeria at that point? And that was the reason why all the industries closed. You recall in 1999, all the cars that were bought for National Assembly, the most ministers, everything, they were all from Nigeria, Pujo. You recall? You've forgotten? But at the point, they all closed. The textile industry was the largest employer labor after federal government. They all closed. And the simple reason is because the power market, nobody can invest in Nigeria. But now we've closed those chapters. More people are interested in coming to Nigeria to invest. Shell alone is putting in $20 billion into the offshore investment in the oil sector. And you can talk of many people who are now interested in investing. Even somebody like Dangote wouldn't have built his refinery and sell in Nigeria, even though because of the exchange rate being closed. Would have preferred to export. Okay,
let me take you on to issues in the states. For instance, Kano.
Okay, yeah.
You just talked moments ago that the governor of Kano, you are happy, you are smiling now.
So excited.
That the governor of Kano, a vote-rich city, there he is.
Yes.
And his vote-rich state has moved to your party, with you are smiling about it. But there are issues.
Look at him smiling. Look at everybody smiling. Everybody happy.
There are issues, but there are issues. I mean, there are issues. The issues are that you have the issue of Ganduje.
Look at everybody excited. Look at the governor. Look at the atmosphere.
Yeah, the issue of Ganduje.
Atmosphere.
The issue of Ganduje.
Yes.
The issue of the governor himself and Baro Jibrin.
Yes.
How are you going to manage that? Then again,
and funny enough, yesterday, myself, His Excellency Umar Ganduje, and Barrow were all in Taraba. And it was a topic of discussion. The excitement, the atmosphere in Kano, and all of them are embracing with all gladness. And in short, we discussed, I'm having a meeting with the governor and these stakeholders, most likely.
Are you also trying to bring Konkoso into the equation?
If he comes, he's welcome.
Your doors are open?
Our doors are still open.
What is the state of negotiations with him?
No, nothing yet.
Nothing yet? Then let me take you on to Plateau State, which is close to you.
Yes.
Before, months ago, there was this issue that you personally didn't want Muftuang to come from to defect.
You heard me?
No,
somebody told you?
I'm from Plateau. I know the issues they were saying.
Yes. And
there were even women demonstrators who demonstrated on the streets of Jos, saying they don't want Muftuang back to APC, and that's because there's going to be a problem. But you are from.
Did you hear my statements, rather? Have you heard my statements?
Repeat them here. I want to hear it then.
I clearly said that I'm going to stand with Mutfwang. I'm going to support him for a second term bidding. I'm going to ensure that he returns back to Government House in 2027.
On the APC, but Plateau is a PDP party, isn't it?
On the APC.
But Plateau is a PDP party?
Plateau has never been PDP. Plateau is open to any political party. In 2015, we supported APC. In 2019, we supported APC. In 2023, the margin was just a narrow margin of about 30,000. All through APC, all through, if you check, in 1999, the margin was just less than 50,000. In 2023, the margin was less than even 30,000. So Plateau has never had any clear-cut victory in any of her elections. The margins have always been very close. And this was the first time that Plateau will have almost no opposition.
I see that you are smiling about that.
Of course.
What about Rivers? What about Rivers?
Rivers.
Things do not appear to be,
things
closed.
are very okay.
You have a governor who is in your party and another personality who is in another party.
Yes.
But it's, a lot of things do not appear to be on the state, really open. And you have to come out to say, yes, the governor is the number one 001 in the party.
Yes.
But then there's an individual who is saying, look, I am the man. He's even gone around the party, gone around the state and saying, let us see what will happen. He has been even challenging some of you people in the party. How are you going to really, really navigate through that?
Like I've always said, I don't discuss people who are not in my party. I don't discuss people who are not in my party. If it is an internal party problem, I discuss issues that have to do with my party.
But Wike is somebody who aided your party to get to power.
He has sympathy for APC, but he's a member of APC. So if you sympathize, as a party chairman, I only discuss members of my political party.
And you are satisfied because some of the people in the House of Assembly are also from your party, but they are also trying to impeach the governor who is also in your party.
Are you hearing anything about the impeachment now?
Tell us what happened.
No, we're discussing with them. We're engaging because that's an internal party issue. And we're meeting with them. And that's why I'm telling you that AP is different from any political party. We have a lot of mechanisms for resolving our internal issues. We have a lot of mechanisms that we have put in place that can resolve and self-heal the party when we have injuries. And that's what we're doing in Rivers. We'll put those mechanisms in place. We're self-healing the process in Rivers. We're ensuring that we stabilize Rivers State. and we maximize our opportunities in Rivers State so that we can win and win overwhelmingly in Rivers State. Anybody that sympathizes with us is welcome. We like them. And we will not insult or demean anybody who has been a supporter or been somebody who likes us. Because there are people who are supporters, but they are not members of our party. They are welcome. There are people who are members of our party and are supporters also. They are welcome. So supporters must not be members of a political party. Like you, I'm sure you sympathize with APC. You're an APC sympathizer. You will like us because of what we're doing, the kind of government we're running. We're improving the economy. We're improving everything across the country. Wouldn't you like that kind of political party? That before now, people are demonstrating every day, lining and queuing for fuel. There's no queue again. You went for Christmas, last Salah without any queue. Are you not happy?
But there's also insecurity. Is insecurity not on your necks now?
But I want to improve
even to the point that we have to go and look for Americans to come and help us solve insecurity.
Of course. Where we look, mark you, no country run an independent security mechanism. No country in the world. All countries have people that they work. Even America, they have their own political the countries that they hold bilateral security agreements with them to support them also. You have different countries that support America. They give them opportunity, they give them intelligence. So what's wrong is Nigeria too big a country to seek intelligence, seek support from other countries? When we begin to make case out of no case, what is global? What's a global standard? And we're making a global standard to look as if it's a local problem in Nigeria. I think we need to go. I've been hearing some of the opposition discussing about that, but my own, the case I keep on asking them is that why are they making what is a global standard? They want to localize and change it and make it because they're in opposition. They want to change those things that are global standard to become as if they're not normal norms. These are normal norms that takes place across the world. If you go to UK has their own countries that they work with them, they partner with them in security, they provide intelligence for them, and the rest. Even in manufacturing of warfares, most countries lease them out. Not all the products are produced in one country. And you may tell me that these are not partnership? So we have security partnership globally, and it's a global standard. But,
Mr. Chairman, let me be frank with you. If you go through the social media network,
yes,
and the opinions expressed by a cross-section of Nigerians, the idea is that, the overwhelming idea is that APC needs to do a lot to win the hearts of it. And don't forget, there's an opposition coalition that is coming together made up of bigwigs, people who are seasoned in politics, people whom you cannot dismiss with a wave of a hand.
Now,
can you say that you go to sleep when these guys are coming together, being led by very seriously weighted political
I've told you
personalities?
I've told you something that in APC we don't underrate anybody. We don't. And we will not underrate anybody. We don't take anybody for granted. So whether you're a big name, you're a small name, and that's why every day we keep on working until we win this election. We're working every day. We don't judge people by just maybe where they're coming from before and all those things. And but I can tell you for sure that for every one person they have, we have multiple of those numbers. If it is just name, before we talk of people, it's same you that are saying that governors, the big wigs are all moving to APC. The same you are saying that big wigs are over that side. I don't know what you're contradicting yourself.
No, governors are on a different level. They're on a different level. These are people who are.
If you take one former Senate president, David Mark, how many former Senate presidents do we have? Is it Pius Ayin? Is it keep on counting them that we have on this side? So for every one person that you give, one former senator, former Senate president, we have 4 of them in APC who are committed. They have only one. We have 4 committed former Senate presidents this side. Former deputy senators, we have like 6 of them committed former deputy senators in APC. So when you talk about big wigs, I don't want to, big week for big week. They can't come close to us. But we're interested in the votes because each one has only one vote. Each one has only one vote. So that's why we keep on going to the grassroots to build from under.
Okay, I would really I want us to get back to this. So because it's going to be like, you know, reassurance from you.
Yes.
We're now into the most decisive point of the political campaigns that we're going to start now.
Yes.
And people are concerned that Mr. President frequently travels, and we know he needs to stay at least sometimes to be able to connect with the people, to be able to tell the people, look, I'm with you. You don't always see me, you know, you should not always see me entering the plane, traveling or coming back. We want to be able to say, stay here, do some work. There are a lot of issues. You don't have to, you know, some of these issues are things that you could delegate, people like you, people like directors and all that.
Now, what Mr. President, using his experience, his exposure, his connection, his network, what he can connect in a day, it will take most of us years to gain that experience and do it. For this man to sacrifice for this country, to move around, bring investment, work on security, negotiate bilateral agreements, do we take it for granted? I think.
You mean only Mr. President can do that? Other people within the party, within the government can't do it?
There are some that they go out and do it, but because you people don't put searchlight on them, you don't count them in numbers. Even as a person, there are places, as I'm talking to you, there are Nigerians who are in the US, representing the president in some meetings right now. But the searchlight is not on them.
Okay.
It's only when the president moves out that you count it as moving out.
Yeah.
The vice president, wait, the vice president has traveled how many times?
We really have to go now.
The vice president was out to Davos. It was not counted. He went to Switzerland. He traveled to 2 countries this January.
Thank you very much, Chairman Professor Nentawe, for your time. Viewers, thank you for listening on this program, and thank you very much, and bye-bye till tomorrow with Daily Politics.